and welcome to the Indigo Inspire live show here on Facebook Live and YouTube. Thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast tonight. Well, this is the kickoff for 2022. Can you believe it? God is good, and he's good all the time. So the fact that we are seeing 2020 on a Thursday night, on Thursday, the January the 13th, we are blessed indeed. And the blessings will continue tonight with my co-host Sharon, who will be here shortly. But in the meantime, listen, share this live. If you're on Facebook, you can go ahead and just share it live on Facebook and YouTube. You know what to do. Copy that link and share it on your social media. And hey, don't forget to follow us here on our Instagram and Facebook pages, and we'll give you the information shortly. But in the meantime, I'm going to bring in my co-host who just came in and joined me. And he's late to the buggy, but he's in the building anywho.
What's happening? What's happening, guys? Sorry there, I'm late. Just came off of our prayer session here with the church, so kind of hopping in between. But I'm excited to kick off the new season here with you, Patrice. How are you going this evening?
I'm good. So I can't say that now because you had fresh oil on you, so I can't even mess with you right. I can't even hold it and mess with you right. But I will say it's good to see you, and it's good for us to be together once again in 2020.
Yes.
I know we both don't take that lightly. So, but we definitely have a special guest tonight. The one and only Dr. James Marble Jr. is in the building, and we want to bring him on shortly. But in the meantime, Sherwin, I know usually want to make sure we give everybody the update on what's happening on Billboard. Where we at? How are we starting off the year?
Man, I mean, starting off the year, I would say how we ended the year and how we started off the year. Like let's just talk about Angela. Let's just dedicate the whole segment here to Angela.
This did not come through and just
featuring Micah Stapley, My Help. You guys gotta know that song by now. I mean, if you haven't known. You had 4 whole weeks to know it, right? Because it's been on Billboard for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 whole weeks. So
a whole month. Come on now.
Come on. Can we say a month? Let the church say a month tonight.
That's going to be my hashtag. A month. A month.
Oh my goodness! It's been exciting. It's been exciting to see.
Yes.
And then also, like right now, too, on the national charts, we have Karima on the national chart with Redeemer. That's number 1 there. Who just, Dole was there last week. She's here this week. But also, Angela is also on the national charts as well because she's at top 30 on the national charts. And then we also have Lamont Sanders, who is top 29 on the national charts as well too. So definitely, both of them have been guests here. We've spoken to both of them before here. And Lamont, even though Lamont was number 1 a few months back on the gospel indicator, he's been holding pretty strong on the indicator as well because he's top 4. He's number 4 right now on indicator. So, the song He Kept Me definitely, has been a timely song. It's a song that, all of us can definitely relate to. So yeah, for sure. So that's kind of where we stand there.
Awesome. He's been getting some excellent play on on the BDS radio stations too. So that's been amazing. And let's not forget, I think we can say because they announced it on our show as we were doing the recap for 2021 that they are going to be in Angela and Lamont are going to be in tour this year.
Yes, so I did hear about that as well too. Yes.
They're getting slated to hit quite a few cities the spring or the summer. So definitely you want to keep it locked here when we talk about, when they're going to be in certain cities. So that's going to be exciting. I really want to be able to see them live. So yeah, we're going to, it's going to be awesome.
We're going to be there for sure. I mean, we're going to be in the building, literally in the building. We're going to be there.
Literally in the building. And speaking about literally being in the building, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back with the one and only Dr. James Marble Jr.
My name is Hassan James. I'm the editor-in-chief of Root Magazine, and music is my life. Rep your section.
And that was, as he said, Hassan James, editor in chief of Root Magazine, and also the brand ambassador for the Indigo Inspire line, Rep Your Section. And we are excited about what's happening this year with that brand. It's our music apparel line that we are celebrating the global gift of music. Be it professional, non professional, even if you're in the audience, we've got something for you. So you can still rep your section, even from the audience. But right now, we want to bring into the virtual building and into the virtual studio the man of the hour. Here he is.
Drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Let's cue the drum roll.
Dr. James Mabel Jr. How are you doing? And welcome.
I'm doing well. I am so grateful and honored to be here with you guys tonight. Thank you for having me, and thank you for thinking of me to join you guys here on Indigo. So I'm grateful.
Listen, it is an honor to have you here, and it's also an honor to have you here because it's always nice to have independent artists who are doing it and doing it big.
Yes.
And that's exactly what you have been doing and really holding it down with this number one. Now, I will say this. I told you before we came on here, I'm not doing this with you tonight. Okay?
Come on, Patrice.
I'm not going to do this with you tonight. But we will make sure everyone gets a chance to hear a little snippet of the song and really just let it minister to their hearts, because we always know that there's always someone here that watched it with us live and that watch it with us later that will be touched by the music. And so we'll talk about that. So in the meantime, I'm going to turn over the interview to Sherwin.
Yes, so James, my brother, my friend, man, it's exciting to see you here, man. Salute all around. So before we jump into any of the questions and anything, and I'm gonna have you tell your testimony because, man, you have a testimony indeed. I like to call that an old school Pentecostal testimony. That's what I'm thinking. That's when you hear that testimony. I mean, it's like fire in your bones. It's just, it just gets you there every single time. So I'm going to have you do that. But before we do that, I'm going to throw one or two words at you. You just let me know the first thing that comes to mind. Don't think about it. Don't put on your doctor hat, because I know it's Dr. James Mabel. So take away the doctor hat for a minute. I'm going to throw a word at you. I might throw a phrase, but you just spit back at me just whatever that one word that comes to mind. You think you got it there? You good?
I'm gonna do my very best.
First thing I'm gonna throw at you is color. You thinking, man. When I say something, when I say color, you can throw back your favorite color. You can say blue, green, anything. Just throw something back at me. Don't take too long. Don't
Gotcha.
Too long.
Okay. Well, you actually said it. My favorite color is blue, so I'll give you blue.
Okay. Good. So there we go. iOS or Android?
iOS.
Oh wow, iOS. Well, I mean, I have an Android. I rock Android, but iOS. Okay. I don't know. Part of this is gonna be, I gotta see if we can actually hang out too. So let me see that. So I'll put a check next to that one. All right, let's see. IG, FB, TikTok, or Clubhouse?
IG.
And you've been killing it with these funny content that I'm gonna get into, because, man, I've been going to your page every day expecting to see something new right now. So we'll touch on that again too. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Huh, interesting. Okay, tea or coffee, tea. And the last one here, ATM pin.
I don't know if I can share that, but
I'm dead.
We're not gonna say that last one, guys. We ain't trying to have the doctor out here getting scammed.
He said, "Listen, I may be hiccup with some of the things, but that one I caught that fast." He said, "I see." You won't catch me slipping in these streets.
No, we can't do that.
No, I had to throw a little something at you there, but no. Talking about your testimony, man. I mean, you have quite a testimony. When I heard it for the first time, it encouraged me, it empowered me, it really put you to realize, we can't put limits on God. I mean, a lot of times we say it, it becomes cliche in some circles, but we know what he's capable of, right? We know when you're out there and you're singing, you're not just singing words, right? You're singing something that you've walked out, that you've lived through. So for anyone that have not heard your testimony, kind of let's kick us off with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, to those viewers who are out there, I saw my sis say, "Hey, James, hey, the Mrs. herself, Mrs. Hall.
Yes.
So good to see you, sis. Love you." But I would say this: I'm a walking miracle, and I'm a testament to not giving up on God when it literally looks like all hope is lost and that your dreams are absolutely shattered. And so whatever industry you find yourself in, it doesn't matter. I mean, I was working on my doctorate degree at Prairie View A&M this particular Saturday. I call this my 9/11. And so this happened 2010. And I'm headed home to play for a funeral at my dad's church. And I get 5 minutes away from the church and I fall asleep at the wheel. My body was tired and my body said good night, even though it was daytime. And flipped 7 times. I had no seatbelt on and I had just filled up on gas that morning. So the probability of the vehicle blowing up was very, very likely. And because of the particular impact after I, flipped 7 times, it was just likely. But God, and after I stopped flipping, God has angels all around. Yes. And I had people who were near the accident scene that called my dad, and he was getting ready to walk the family in to view the body and all that. He stops, tells one of his associate pastors, "Hey, carry on with the service. I got to go see about my son." So he comes to the accident scene. I'm okay, but I just know that something is wrong with my foot and my left leg. I'm like, "Dad, I'm okay, but I'm in pain." Long story short, I get to the hospital. My dad comes up after preaching the funeral, and the doctors tell my parents that your son is paralyzed, and he has an 80% chance that he maybe would not walk again. And I still, hearing that and just repeating that, I still get chills of hearing that statement from the doctors as I lay in the bed. And my mom immediately just started praying right there in the room. She's like, "My son will walk again." Yeah. And so I had 5 surgeries, 7 permanent screws in my foot to this day, paralyzed in a wheelchair for 2 years. During this time, I was still a music teacher. At the time, I was teaching in public school. I was still the elementary school music teacher. I was also still my dad's music director at the church. I was shopping in a wheelchair at Walmart, that little buggy that everybody sees when you pull up. I used to sit in that faithfully, right? And, still having to be a brother, a son, an uncle, just having to live life and go forward, even though I was going through some personal trauma. And so I just want to speak to those who are viewing tonight that life happens to us all. Psalms 34:19, many are the afflictions of the righteous. So if you have made it up in your mind and in your spirit to really be a vessel and be used of him, you can expect affliction. The crazy thing about it all, we just don't know what kind of affliction that our creator is going to put on us.
That part.
But that was mine. And so after 2 years, I'll never forget it. I was in, it was a Thursday night. I was going to therapy Monday through Thursday. I would go to work all day, therapy from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., 4 days a week. And all those therapy sessions with the nurses taking a quarter and rubbing it on the bottom of my foot, taking that little hammer and hitting my leg and said, "James, can you feel that?" All these no's just time after time. This Thursday session came, and I'll never forget it. Nurse took the quarter. She rubbed on the bottom of my feet, and I felt something. I was just like, okay. I thought I was being punked. Like, okay, that was just for play. And she just kept going. And she was like, and she started crying literally because she saw that I had the feeling back. And I was like, oh my God, I feel that. Wow. And never forget that moment, learning how to walk all over again at 27 years of age. And so back on my feet, I started the program. Of course, that was 9/11. That was the first semester of my doctoral program. And that was in 2010. By God's grace, I started in a wheelchair in the program, but by 2014, I walked across the stage.
Have mercy.
As the second youngest PhD
Have mercy.
come out of Prairie View A&M, and that still stands to this day. And so to still be here, to me personally, everything post-accident for me, I call it interest. Living in my interest season, because he spared my life and kept me here. And everything that he's done since then, of course, we just talked about the whole, Billboard #1 and all that, everything that's going on. It's like, Lord, wow, this is why you left me here, to again be an example. You left me here to be on Indigo. You saw this in 2010. So for me,
okay, I told you I wasn't doing this with you.
For you to leave me here to be at this divine moment, you knew.
Yeah.
And so that's why I count it an extreme honor. I told Sharon earlier, people don't have to think about, people don't have to channel your ministry and things like that. And so I'm honored to just have this divine moment in our lives in time. God knew it was going to happen to share this moment. And so you guys, and just also all the viewers who are watching live, and then of course we're going to watch the recap, never give up on God. So when people go and they come to an event, if I'm at a church out of state or whatnot, and they see me singing and running and shouting, they would never know if I want to tell my testimony. And so I've been charged with telling my story everywhere I go, especially if I go there for the first time. I mean, it's like, no, you got to know. I don't come to impress nobody. Yeah. I'm not trying to come make you shout. I'm not trying to do all that extra emotionalism stuff. Let the anointing do what it does. But I'm here to just be a reminder in real time that God is real.
Have mercy, have mercy.
Yes.
And at this time, we're at the 8:18 mark here in Eastern Standard Time here, and I want everybody to have an opportunity to hear just a portion of this #1 song, "It Shall Pass." Let's talk about, first of all, who wrote it, produced it, and the premise behind the song.
Absolutely. Daryl Jackson is my executive producer. He's the songwriter. I call him the hit writer. The premise behind the song came to be literally through a cancer diagnosis. Just 1 week before finishing the song, his wife is diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. Wow. And so now the songwriter has to lean on the words of his own pen to get he and his family through this season of his wife being diagnosed with breast cancer. That's how the song came to be. So that first verse, that first little line that everybody's going to hear, that literally is the premise of the song, knowing that whatever it is going to pass. It was produced by top 10 Billboard producer and NAACP Image Awards nominee Sean Keys out of New Orleans, Louisiana.
That's the brother right there, yeah.
And so he literally, usually in the production realm, it takes a couple of times for the producer to kind of bring to light what the songwriter is thinking. I'm here to tell you, that first draft that Sean sent back to Pastor Daryl was like, that's it, let's run. So, yeah.
Well, here we are with that #1 song, "It Shall Pass," by Dr. James Mabel Jr.
Clap your hands. Listen, I'm about to take you all the way back to Navasota, Texas on this one, y'all. Whatever you're going through in your life, God wants you to know right now that it will be all right. Make this thing shall pass. I got another verse for you. Listen. Your tests and triumph, they come to make you strong. You be encouraged today, cause this won't last too long. This thing, Lord have mercy. I got the news for you. It shall pass. It ever look back over your life and see where the Lord has brought you from. Listen, I got one more verse for you. Be encouraged today, 'cause it won't last too long. All of your tests and trials, they come just to make you strong. This too. This too. Yeah. Come on, say it shall pass. Shall pass. Oh, shall pass. Oh, whatever you're going through, shall pass. Yes, I'm a living witness. It shall pass. Put your hands together and help me say it. Yes, it shall pass. Listen, you can't stay in that situation forever. It has to change. Say yes. It shall pass. You got to believe it and know it. Yes, say it. Yeah, Lord. We've been made in different life, but joy is gonna come to the borderline. It will. Yes, it will. I know a lot is going on in the world right now, but it shall pass. Don't you dare give up, because we're coming out of this thing. I need you to hold on. Say yes.
Listen, we're not going to do this tonight.
Ooh, man.
We can't give you all of it. We can't give you all of it. Because this thing will take you in, because it will definitely continue to. Okay, listen, she said right here, and I said, you better sing, James.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, and this song is so encouraging, even in the midst of what you're going, just that reminder, it shall pass. And I think in the process of this, and we always have to make sure we're just not just a song, but this is a declaration. This is what this song is. This is an actual declaration. It shall pass. And we talked about something on this lines when we're doing our year-end recap. How are we still serving God and showing that no matter what happens, we will not relent. We will not give up. We are going to stand on his promises and on his words. And as you were sharing your testimony at the top of the interview, one of the things that came to mind for me was the mental energy to still believe that you were going to come out of this, that to still continue to do your doctorate program, to still continue to serve, no matter what, to still continue to do, probably at times excruciating and fatiguing rehab to learn to walk again, the surgeries, the whole 9 yards. So where did you go in your mind during this whole process? At what point did you say, you know what, this is not going to take me under?
I think I would say right when we got the diagnosis in the hospital, I had to, it felt like a sucker punch, and it was just like, okay, Lord, I've been praying about always, getting my doctorate, being a PhD. You get me in the program, you get my acceptance letter. We get to the first weekend of class, and you let this happen. Like, there's no way that you have brought me this far to just drop me. Like, you've prepared me for this moment. Getting into the program was, nothing short of a miracle. I was the youngest one at 25 to get in. I did not meet all of the preferences, but I met the requirements. And so it was in that moment at the hospital after the accident, it was like, I just started the program. Like
Hmm.
I got nieces,
Hmm.
I got family that is following the journey, depending on me to push through and to blaze a path that has never been blazed before. And so it was in that moment at the hospital where I had to make it up in my mind is like, no matter what's going to come, post this, I gotta finish.
Yeah.
Finish.
Yes, gotta finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 3 minutes left, so go ahead,
And
Coach
I was
Sherman.
gonna, oh yeah, I was gonna say that, because we talked about, that moment there, but it's one thing that I always love to watch and love to see how God does all well, right? Because there you were in that moment, you finished, you walking across, but then he wasn't finished with you yet, right?
Hmm.
Because your joy and peace and everything still, what started as a music teacher and in serving in your dad's church, that ministry still kept growing. And then you branch out as a solo artist
Yeah.
and you continue to work on that gifting, continue to stay faithful to him. And then the song that we heard brought all the way up now to number one. So, I think getting to tell us a little bit, a little snippet when you got that call. And I'm sure it probably came from Uncle G or it
Mhm.
probably came from Sean, but when you got
Mhm.
that call and he told you that, like, what was that moment like?
I tell you, it was really surreal. To get the call, it put me in just this state of shock. It's like usually, and you guys are industry, as a new artist breaking in, it
You're not
takes a
saying that.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not saying that. You're not saying that.
It
It takes a while. It takes a while. It
takes
takes a
a
while.
good
It takes a
while. And
while.
so when I got the call, I was just like, God, you did it in
Yeah.
a rather quick fashion.
Yeah.
And in an organic way, and how the song moved just blessed me, because it really caught legs toward the end of the servicing period.
Hmm.
And so it was just like, wow, Lord. And so, it provides the validity of a testimony of that what God starts, he can finish, and that it doesn't matter who is with you, who's not with you. If he's with you,
Yeah.
then you're going to be fine. And what he has and when he has ordained something in the earth for you,
Yeah.
and you just wait on him and stay faithful, then when he is ready to release it, it can't be stopped. So it was a state of shock and just like, wow, like this is like Billboard,
Yeah.
not some chart in the state or here local
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you can't be in this music industry or just in the world period and not be familiar with the word called Billboard. And so to hit that at such an early stage of my career, it just says, God, you're faithful, and I looking forward to what else is in store.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe that's his way of honoring the fact that you decided that you were not going to distrust him. So that acceleration, what you call acceleration, he was letting you know, I love you for your faithfulness and your commitment to still serve me no matter what the situation is.
Watch out, Patrice. Watch out. Watch.
Patrice is basically what I'm hearing is the acceleration is in the trusting. That's what I'm hearing.
Woo!
The acceleration is in the trusting, not in the doing. It's in the trusting. So that's what I'm hearing.
That's it right there. That's it right there. So if you receive nothing else from any other platform, please know that is what you received. And we are so glad and happy to be in this part and this time in your life and ministry, just to share the celebration of what God is doing in your life. So before you go, please let everybody know how they can follow you on all your social media, all of it.
And also before you drop, how they can follow you on all social media, let us know what you got down the pipe. I mean, if you can share. I know you got a lot, stacked away, but whatever you got the green light on, we like to get a few breaking news, and we haven't gotten a few,
No,
for
they
just
do.
about
They let us
every
slip
guest.
here. Oh, they
So,
let us slip here.
so,
They
so
let us
that's
slip
all
here.
I'm gonna say. Whatever you can say, say, or whatever you can say. I think Uncle G wouldn't mind.
He's
We're
been on
all
our show.
family here.
He
We're
knows
all
who you are.
family
He
here.
knows who you are. He knows who we are. He has been here and blessed our platform. So we are oily over here. We're oily over here.
Right. Well, no, it's I have, of course, we were scheduled actually to begin the tour celebrating It's Your Pass like tomorrow, and run all the way to May the 15th. But because of the rising cases and this pandemic, the team just deemed it unsafe at this point. So we postponed the tour. And what we're going to do, we're going to do a one big virtual night where everyone, some 15 cities that we were going to be going to, but all the pastors have agreed, number one, to give toward the cause for the American Cancer Society, and then have all of the congregants tune in and enjoy the concert. And so that's coming up in the spring. So look out for that graphic for the virtual concert, still celebrating Billboard #1, as well as the songwriter's wife, Marsha Jackson. She's going to tell her story, because a lot of people still don't know, like you said, the crux behind It's Your Pass. And so that's coming up. And I guess I'll say there's a new single that's going to go to radio off of the record, off the album, The Journey 2.0. So
I think I can tell you which one it is, but I can't do it.
I like it.
I can probably tell you which one it is, but I'm not going to say nothing.
We'll take that. We'll save the speculations for the blogs, but I think we might.
Sherwin, you know how I do. Do you want me to say which one it is?
Oh God.
No. Okay, no, we're not going to do that. We're gonna honor God.
I don't think James has a good poker face right now, so
No.
We're not gonna let him give it away.
No. We're going to honor the man of God, and we're going to honor Uncle G and E1. So we're not going to mess with anybody. Hassan James, we're not going to mess with anybody. But please know that we will have to have it back on here when that song becomes #1. I said it.
Oh.
And speaking of #1, who wants to give you a shout out, the one and only Angela Moscow is in here. Angela is giving you a shout out.
Thank you so much, Angela. I'm so proud of you. God is so good, and a huge echo and ditto back to you, my dear sister, and supporting you as well. Thank you for the love. I mean, it's a blessing. This is the beautiful thing about it. When you have people, when you can shout for somebody else, that's so beautiful.
That part too. That's right.
I think the breakthrough is in shouting and celebrating others.
Yes.
It's I think some of that acceleration too, because a lot of people don't realize Angela has a story. Angela has a journey. All of the obstacles and challenges that she's gone through. So when I saw that, I was like, yes. And so keep up the great work, sis. Thank you again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So go ahead, James. Tell us, how can everyone follow you? Where can they tune into your journey and everything else that you have come?
Absolutely. So Instagram and Twitter, my handles are the same, at J Mabel Jr. That's JMABLEJR. I'm on Facebook as well. James Mabel Jr., my YouTube channel. Subscribe to that, Dr. James Mabel Jr. For bookings and all that good stuff, you can go to jamesmabeljr.com, hit the booking tab. We'll be in touch with you there. And like Cheryl was saying, I've been getting into this whole TikTok content stuff on Instagram. You can blame my nieces for that. They were like, Uncle Junior, you are old. I was like, wait a minute. Don't call me old. Wait a minute. You're old, but you need to get into TikTok. You're very funny. People know you as an artist and you're anointed. They can sing and great, but you are funny, Uncle James. So I said, let me just start playing around with this. And so hang tight. There's more funny content coming from, matter of fact, I just on my Instagram about a few minutes ago. And so I'm grateful for that. But no, I just appreciate, all of the love. All of my music, of course, is on every digital platform. For all my old school people out there who may see the recap, I do have hard copies of my album. Just go to jamesmabeljr.com. And so I'm pretty accessible, and just grateful to have the opportunity to serve God's people.
Awesome. So we know that you have to go. You have someone that you need to pick up.
Yes, my grandmother. I can say it loud. My grandmother. Look, let me say, this is what I love about being real and open and transparent. My grandmother my mom's from Houston, so I live in Houston. I'm going to go pick up my grandmother who took a lovely trip to the casino. And so
there you
I
go.
wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it. Go ahead.
she went to the casino and went and had a wonderful time. And I don't know, I hate to put it like this, but there has to be some kind of oil on her hands because she kind of wins a lot.
Sherwin, you owe me $5, Sherwin.
So
I'm a cash app you. I'm
like, okay, so Granny got to be picked up downtown.
Granny got the bag. Okay, that's
got the bag.
Bro, you gotta go. I know you gotta go.
I gotta go.
You're gonna be security and driver, man. You gotta
But I thank you guys so much, and I appreciate the love, and I look forward to doing it again. And
absolutely
appreciate you. You guys take care.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Bye bye.
All right, everybody else that's still with us, thank you so much, Sherwin. I'm telling you, I could have gone another 15 minutes just on the grandmother story. Oh, wait, hold it. Angela says, pay her in cash. There you go.
Angela, listen, Bitcoin might be doing bad now, but listen, it's gonna come back on the rise, all right?
Says you and the others who are in the hole. But anyway.
Wow, Joe.
It's okay. But no, everybody, seriously, we are so thankful to be here 2020. We missed you guys. And so we are back here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, don't forget, Sherwin, I want you to say, because it's on the screen, but how can they follow you on social media at Gospel Music Buzz?
Yes, you can follow us on all platforms except Instagram, the Gospel Music Buzz with 2 Z's. And then you can follow us on Instagram with Gospel Music Buzz with 1 Z. But also, by way of announcement, you can follow us on Spotify, Gospel Music Buzz. And we started curating some playlists. So the first one is the Buzzing Indie Gospel playlist. So you want to go there. You're an independent artist. You can submit to us to get your song on the playlist. You want to check it out, listen, stream, support these independent artists. Check out that playlist. And there's also going to be 2 more other playlists that's coming down. One that is just going to be tracking all the #1s for the rest of the year. So anyone that's going to be on Gospel Indicator, that's going to be in the national or the airplay charts, we're going to be tracking that. So every time it updates weekly, we're going to have a playlist that's going to track that. And then we have something else that we're going to announce once it drops, which is not a playlist for another subset of Christian independent artists. Because again, it's one of those things that sometimes it's so hard to get placed on a playlist. And we were like, hey, what can we do to support that and also just grow with it? And you guys are going to love the selections as it. So definitely check us out on Spotify.
Absolutely. You forgot to say, how can they submit music to you?
And that's going to be, they can submit it via email. So once you hit the link in our bio, there's going to be a link there as well. And if you go to Instagram and you go ahead and you hit the link in our bio, you're going to see a submit right there as well.
Awesome. And also you can follow Gospel Music Buzz on YouTube as well, on their YouTube channel as well. As also here at Indigo Inspire, you can follow us at Indigo Inspire, Indigo Inspire Live on Instagram, and Indigo Inspire on Twitter, as well as Indigo Inspire Live on Facebook. So we are things are happening here. We're excited about what we're doing here this year, who we have coming up. And so, hey, take the time to share this beautiful, beautiful kickoff show with Dr. James Mabel Jr. His testimony at the beginning, if you didn't hear it,
yes,
please do yourself a favor.
Gets me every time.
And please go back and watch him as he shares his testimony. It will bless your heart and encourage you. So until next week, we will see you back here 8 p.m. sharp. And don't forget, hey, it's not just a vibe here, baby. It's a whole mood.
There you go. There you go.
Take
Have
care.
a good night, y'all.
Take care.